The battle begins, and it begins tomorrow, with the nomination of Pete Hegseth and other nominees to different cabinet posts, going through the process, 13 of them in total, and others. Rush Limbaugh, clearly one of my best friends, used to talk about the echo chamber. I know what he means today. Several weeks ago, maybe over a month ago, when Pete Hegseth was first nominated, and then Kash Patel, I got behind this microphone, and I was on my Fox show, my Blaze show, and I said, every one of President Trump's nominees must be confirmed. And what else did I say? I said every one of his nominees must be confirmed, even if I don't like all of them. One in particular with the Labor Department. So be it. It's not about me. It's not about any individual senator. These are the people Donald Trump believes he needs to advance the agenda to save the country, the agenda to protect our border, the agenda to open up the economy, the agenda to protect our national security, our Constitution. He won in a massive landslide. I didn't. We didn't. He did. And no single senator from Maine, from Alaska, from North Carolina, from Utah, none of these rhino moderate wimps would be in the majority, but for Donald Trump winning a landslide victory. We have a Republican Senate because of Trump, not because of the genius of Mitch McConnell and his political action committee. In spite of it. And if he'd helped out just a little bit in some of these states, we'd have 3 more Republican senators. That said, not one of these nominees deserves to be defeated. Not one, particularly considering the Democrat Party standard. Who they nominated for president this time, who they nominated for president the time before, their Secretary of State, their National Security Advisor, their Secretary of Defense, their Department of Justice, the Attorney General. They are horrendous individuals, if not evil. Chuck Schumer wants to use the nomination process, as the Democrats do, to character assassinate individual members that have been nominated by the president. Starting with Pete Hegseth. We all know Pete Hegseth. He's a buddy for all of us. Good, decent man, a faithful Christian. A man of great honor, a man who stepped up to defend this nation, where the vast majority of people attacking him in the Senate have not. Starting with Schumer and Adam Schiff and the rest of the reprobates. What else did I say many weeks ago? That on this program we will be monitoring. We will be monitoring the Republicans to see how they conduct themselves in each one of these hearings. We will be monitoring the Republicans. And if the usual Republicans and others decide that they're smarter than President Trump, that they're going to replace his judgment with their judgment, even though they have the power to do it under the advice and consent clause in the Constitution. But if they're not going to rally around Trump and behind Trump and we, the people who put Donald Trump into the presidency, then they must be defeated. And I will keep a list right here at Ground Zero, starting with the Hegseth nomination. We will watch them all. We will watch them all. And I will keep a list. And you have power. You demonstrated that in the last election. And we are heard all over this country, every corner of the country. I was at an event on Saturday in Florida. Not really an event. At an Orthodox synagogue. which I rarely go to, but I went. And there were individuals there who had come from Australia. Individuals there who have come from Britain, other parts of the world, who came up to me, who listened to this radio program, who watched the Fox show. We reach every corner of this country, every corner of the globe. We reach Maine. We reach Utah. We reach Alaska. We reach these states where these Republican senators think they know better than everybody else, better than you and me. Of course they have a right to vote no, and we have a right to end their political careers, and by God, it's about time we do it. It's about time we do it. There's a Republican Senate majority thanks to Donald Trump and you, the people. And you, the people. These smear campaigns by the Democrats and their media, the New York Slimes, the Washington Compost, the networks, MSLSD, the Constipated News Network, they're not new. They're par for the course. From Robert Bork and Clarence Thomas forward. They're par for the course. And it's a strategy. It is a strategy. Excuse me. And Schumer has let loose the dogs. Schumer is an evil, evil piece of you-know-what. He's a power-hungry mental munchkin. That's what he is. He will even walk over people of his own faith if it means getting power and holding power from AOC and the anti-Semite left. It's fine by him. He'll trash Netanyahu just to protect himself from the Islamists within his own party. Have you ever seen a bigger sleazeball in your life? Well, he's now leading the effort behind the scenes to destroy Hegseth, to destroy Patel, to destroy a whole bunch of them. Now, they get support from the Washington Post. This is pretty funny, actually. Here's an article at Red State. The Washington Post is dying like democracy does in darkness. That's the old commercial line that they used over there at the Post. Washington Post has officially lost 90% of its readership. In other words, but for Bezos, it would be bankrupt. It would be broke. Be dead. It's not a surprise that over the course of the years, its audience has more or less completely abandoned it, leaving it a shadow of its former self, a Goliath in the news industry. According to Semaphore.com, Washington Post has bled out its traffic. That bleed was heavy. From 2021, it lost 90% of its daily users. Over the last 4 years, web traffic has cratered. According to internal data shared with Semaphore in recent weeks, the Post's regular daily traffic last year sunk to less than a quarter of what it was at its peak in January 2021. That month, the Post briefly reached a high of around 22.5 million daily active users following the attack, but by the middle of 2024, ready? Its daily users hovered around 2.5 to 3 million daily users. I have much more listeners than that, many more listeners than that every night right here. And so what does this paper do? Like it has some influence. It puts out a graphic today. I guess the last 10% of its readership is just too stupid to comprehend the written word. So they put out a graphic. And they're telling you who to support and who oppose. Of course, they like Marco Rubio. Rubio will be the guy they all point to, the Democrats, and say, see, if you give us people like Rubio, we'll vote for them. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, they're endorsing him. Who is he? Who the hell knows? Defense Secretary nominee Pete Hegseth, thumbs down. Doesn't have the temperament. You know, he was a Fox host. Attorney General Pam Bondi, they support. That's a good one. Doug Burgum, thumbs up. Agriculture, Brooke Rollins, thumbs up. Commerce, Howard Lutnick, thumbs up. Labor, Lori Chavez DeRemer, I don't like this woman in the least. She was handpicked by union bosses. But nonetheless, I said all of them. Lori Chavez DeRemer, thumbs up. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., thumbs down. Housing and Urban Development, Scott Turner, thumbs up. See, a lot of these are sort of backbencher departments. Thumbs up. Sean Duffy, Transportation. Now explain this to me. Wouldn't you assume that they'd be opposed to Duffy? Isn't it obvious what they're doing? They're trying to show you all the ones they support in order to try and take out the ones they don't support. Really, they support Duffy? Chris Wright, Energy, thumbs up. Education, Linda McMahon, thumbs up. Now, they hate McMahon. But again, it's a strategy they're employing. Doug Collins, VA, thumbs up. Homeland Security. Kristi Noem, thumbs up. Cabinet level officials. Lee Zeldin, EPA, thumbs up. John Ratcliffe, CIA, thumbs up. U.S. Trade Rep James Greer, whoever the hell that is, thumbs up. Ambassador to the UN, Stefanik, thumbs up. SBA, Kelly Loeffler, thumbs up. Now, here's a good one. Russ Vought. I don't know Russ Vought, but I know he's good. I don't think I've ever met the guy, but I know he's good. Thumbs down. Why? Well, we'll throw him a couple at ag and here and there. But let's go after the key ones like OMB. Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, thumbs down. So they say no on Gabbard, no on Voigt. Let me get it right. And be accurate. No on Hegseth. And they will oppose Kash Patel. And so my attitude's a little different than theirs, America. The ones they oppose, we have to support stronger than ever. Even if I disagree with one or two of them. Doesn't matter. That's not the point. As I said weeks and weeks and weeks ago, now the echo chambers picked it up. By the way, this echo chamber is very, very interesting to me. My own friends participate in this scam. On Friday, was it Friday? Yeah, it was Friday. On Dana Perino's show, Bill Hemmer's show, I think John Roberts was sitting in, I was asked to call in and give my opinion on what Judge Merchan had just done. I'd been to the eye doctor for my, needle in the eye. I didn't think I could make it, but I made it. And they had the excellent legal analysts giving their opinions. I had a different opinion. I'm not caught up in the appellate process of New York. I think that's a disaster. The whole idea is a disaster. And so I gave my opinion. And we have it. I want to post it, but I don't. I gave my opinion again on Fox on Sunday. Gave my opinion behind this microphone. That Friday, gave my opinion on the Blaze. So it's out there. And among the things I said, Mr. Producer, in America was, this thing, that this Judge Merchan did, no penalties of any kind on Trump, that was a calculated evil maneuver by him. Because if he had penalized Trump in any way, certainly prison or an ankle bracelet or this, you've heard me discuss this, then obviously the Supreme Court would have stepped in. But he didn't do that. Instead, it's the scarlet letter, as I said, in the way I defined it. So now I have people going on and on. Our buddy Alan Dershowitz says it like 2 days later. Right, Mr. Producer? And they keep quoting Alan Dershowitz, which is fine by me. I love Alan Dershowitz. And then we have hosts who bring Alan on and say, he said it on my show first. What is with these people? It's the echo chamber. Rush was right.